Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming Podcast.
I bang with One Up Gaming, drop more hits once I'm famous. The best, that's what our aim is. All platforms, what your game is. To the leaderboards, I'm coming. See me in a shooter, I can promise I'll be gunning. When I hit the music, try to swear I'm gonna run it. Conte One Up, you can try, but we done it. Let's go. Alright, let's go to the best place for reviews I know. Xbox One and PS4, Wii U as far as consoles go. They do handheld PCs, merchandise for you and me. Contest that you gotta do. The prizes are for gamers who going hard all day. We really the boys cause you're just that great. Can't lose, there's too much at stake. You're a certified badass when you play.
I bang with One Up Gaming. I bang with One Up Gaming.
I bang with One Up Gaming, drop more hits once I'm famous. The best, that's what our aim is. All platforms, what your game is. To the leaderboards, I'm coming. See me in a shooter, I can promise I'll be gunning. When I hit the music, try to swear I'm gonna run it. Conte One Up, you can try, but we done it. Let's go. Go hard all day. Conte, go hard all day, man. With One Up Gaming.
Well, hello, it's just David here from One Up Gaming, episode 236 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Yeah, I'm just another quick one here. Gonna have a quick talk about some of the games that I've been playing in the last week or so. I mean, I've been doing a lot of night shifts, so I've got the official Formula 1 Manager game on the mobile, which, if anyone's played the Motorsport Manager on the mobile, it's very similar, where you race the track, you tell your driver to speed up, stay the same sort of speed, or slow down, change tyres, weather effects, all that sort of stuff. But it's taken on the 1v1 sort of the other sort of like games like Clash of Clans and all that sort of thing, or Clash Royale, whatever you want to call it, where you actually have to race against someone else. So it's got like 8 laps on one of the tracks, and the winner gets the points. So it's a fun little game. It's quite an easy sort of game. Another game that I've had a quick go on was Destruction Derby Raw. Now, I don't know why, but for me, Destruction Derby 2 was one of the best games I've ever played, and I never really played Destruction Derby 3. Maybe because it came from a different developer, different studio, and it just didn't have the same sort of feeling. It had a floaty, weird sort of physics engine to it. But I've had a quick go at that, and it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And one of the last games I've played is the Sensible World of Soccer on the Amiga. So I had a quick go on that, and it is... You can't believe how blooming hard these old games are nowadays. But it's a nice sort of like change of pace from the FIFAs and the ISSs. But anyway, the last game that I've been playing this week, it probably is bloody month to be honest, is the Formula 1 2019 game from Codemasters. And yes, it's good. It's very good. I will put the review in this podcast, which I'm just doing a review now. I am just editing the video, and there's still 1 hour 15 left for that to transcode, to whatever you want to call it, and then that'll go live on YouTube, and we'll put it on this podcast as well. So that is that. So we'll have the news now.
Fly through space, rescue cats, score big points. Download Per Rocket for free today. Visit www.perrocket.com.
And now, it's this week's news with One Up Gaming.
So, still me, still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 236. So first of all, the latest news is that the Eon Super 64 will be out. I think it's like the 22nd of next month, so July. And it's basically like a HDMI adapter for the Nintendo 64. No mods, no anything needed to the 64. You basically just plug it straight into the AV port at the back of the 64, and it's got like the USB HDMI connections straight to your TV, and it's also got like a clean mode or a slick mode, which basically cleans up the edges and makes it look a bit more polished. From what I've seen of it, it does look really quite nice. It looks good. Next up, it looks as though the PlayStation games have been revealed for July, and that will be Pro Evolution Soccer 2019, which is a brilliant football game. I'm not even sure if I've got that. I think I've got that one. I can't remember now. But anyway, next game, Horizon Chase Turbo, which it's very similar to like the way people described it in the reviews when I first got it a few years ago now. Was it's basically like a Chase HQ? Well, no, Outrun, like Outrun, but it's more of a circuit-based game with the Outrun aesthetics. So it's very slidey around corners, very drift-heavy, and it looks gorgeous. And I would easily recommend that game. I love that game to bits. Don't know what else. I guess that is it. So next up, I just want to have a quick talk about the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And from what I can gather, it's a great game. So I guess I must have just been reading about the Switch version, which is not a very good port. But from what I can gather, the PS4, Xbox sort of versions are really, really good. So that's a nice one. So, of course, you guys will already know the Marvel Endgame is getting a re-release. Marvel, you know, like bloody Avengers Endgame, and I think we all know why this is going to be done. It's basically, it sort of says it'll have an extra 7 minutes of content, which is that worth going and spending like another £12-15 at the cinema? I wouldn't, to be honest. But yeah, it sort of says it's going to have an unfinished deleted scene, a sneak peek from Spider-Man Far From Home, as well as a tribute to the late Stan Lee. I think they're all just going to try and get the #1 biggest box office ever movie from Avatar. I think really that's why they're doing it. I mean, I don't blame them, but anyway, the next thing which I'm really, really, really looking forward to is the first episode of Season 3 of Legion. I've loved the other ones. I mean, looking at this one, it looks as though the first episode's not the best, but I guess we'll have to watch it through as a whole and see how it goes. And then it looks like The Matrix 4, the Wachowskis are returning to direct the new movie. So that's good if you liked that. I wasn't a massive fan of the Matrix movies. And that is basically it for news. So I will take a break and I will put the Formula 1 review on next. And then I'll be back with the thank yous and goodbyes.
Do you have trouble sleeping? Tossing and turning all night? Nothing you do seems to help. You're not getting your recommended 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Well, now there's a solution. Now there's Fat Cat Fly. With Fat Cat Fly, you'll easily get the sleep that you deserve. Download for free on the iOS App Store, and you're guaranteed to get a good night's sleep with very few side effects, as you help a fluffy kitty eat all the junk food that he wants. Side effects may include sleeplessness and desire for cheeseburgers if erection lasts more than 5 hours. See a physician. Try Fat Cat Fly today. Visit facebook.com/fatcatfly because you deserve a better life.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Well, it's that time of year again, and we've got another Codemasters Formula 1 game. So this is the new Formula 1 2019 game, and yeah, we'll just get straight into the review, shall we? So with this one, we'll focus mainly on the career mode, have a little talk about the online, sort of like weekly challenges, the online esportsy aspects of it, and the overall graphics and presentation and handling. So without further ado, we will pass on and go straight into it. So there's the F1 2019 cars, classic cars, and basically like you've seen the new cars, we don't need to look at them ones. I've quick look at the classic ones. Again, there's nothing really new this time that wasn't here last year, so they had to show the Brawn car though. And then they got the F2 sort of cars, which they all look identical, just different paint. So that is that. So as you can see, when you're doing a new career mode, you create your own character, your own name, your own nationality, you pick your own face. There's options to go in later on where you actually do your own helmet design, the colour of your outfit, the suits, liveries, all that kind of thing. I was a bit disappointed with the names. It didn't even say David or Cameron. But anyway, back to the career mode. The F2 sort of bit, it starts off where it's got 3 races, I think only like 4 or 5 laps on the first 2, then like 8 or 10 laps on the last one, I can't remember now. But it's basically like setting up the story of you and your teammate and the other guy who's just gone ahead of you. So this basically is, let me tell you what's wrong.
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can.
So that was said there, but basically when you do the race itself, if you don't slow down or let your teammate through, you lose down like reputation points or whatever you want to call them. I didn't listen to him. I went through and I finished second.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right
so basically that just sets a bit of rivalry with you and your teammate, and then you know things happen. So this is the next one, where this one it's like there's a mistake, let's just say, with your rival, and there's a bit of damage and you lose your wing, and then you have to basically come into the pits and do the last 5 laps or so, trying to get as best as you can, which is quite fun.
And there's contact. Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage.
So this is the cutscene afterwards, your teammate and your rival.
What can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen. Ridiculous. My thoughts exactly. I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for asking me. And then I'm penalised for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty. Maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine. But winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
So I've always thought that the character models in the F1 games haven't been the greatest. They are slowly getting better, but they still lack detail, lack emotion, just lack a lot of stuff.
Let's get ready for the press briefing.
And then basically this is like the interviews that you do. Basically they just ask questions and you choose between a couple of responses, or you can decline to comment. And different comments, answers will either boost your reputation, boost your morale with the team, things like that. So that's quite a fun little thing to do. And I just wanted to put this on just to
here we are in Abu Dhabi.
show a little bit of the graphics of the game. As you can see, these sort of views, the game does look quite stunning in places. The lighting, the effects, all those sort of things do look good. And the only thing I've got with the graphics is sometimes when you're actually in the race itself, sometimes they just seem to lack a bit of detail on the actual, I don't know what we call it, just the lack of detail on it. Like, all the polygons and things are fine, it's the actual, the sprite wrapper, what we want to call it, and they just don't have as much detail as what I would like. And
Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything
like I say, I know that the character models don't make it because it's the racing itself, but I just can't help but when you look at that, you think that looks like a high-res PS2 sort of models. I mean, I might be over-exaggerating, but they just don't look as detailed as what I would like.
Good performance throughout the championship, but today the accolade goes to
But that is the start of the career mode. You can skip it, but I mean, I think I said last year in my review, I really want a career mode where you start off in like a little go-kart, unnamed, unbranded, and if you do well in the go-kart series, you can either get another contract with a really good team in the go-kart, or you can move on to like the next formula, which I would have like in the old ones, like all the open wheel formulas, like Formula 3, Formula 2, like the Formula Ford, sort of like Formula Renault probably, all the different sort of like levels up. And if you do amazingly well, then maybe one of the lower ranked F1 teams might take a shot with you earlier on in your career, or you can do really well levelling up all your wins and stuff in the formulas, and maybe one of the big boys will come in and sign you up. And I just think that it'd be mint to try and get through the whole series and enter Formula 1 to be as young as you can. So you start like the go-kart series at like 11, and then like, you know, like you got like 10 years to get into Formula 1, and the earlier you do it, the younger you are. And then this is just where you choose your Formula 1 team on the game. It's just saying, start low, build your reputation, and you've got like your contract sort of sorted.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. You'll have plenty of time to win the Doubters over, but I am concerned with our choices. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula 1 seat.
So there's the teams, and it tells you what they expect, what you have to do. I chose Red Bull, just because I'm a bit annoyed with the Ferrari not doing very well, and I'm sick of the Mercedes doing amazing. I would have been McLaren, but unfortunately Jenson Button's not there anymore, so I just don't care about McLaren now.
What you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. Yeah. You've earned it.
So, basically that is it. You just start your career. So, I think, I mean, look at that. That does look stunning.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever.
The flag looks a bit weird. But anyway. And then,
this first race
as you do your practices, you have to build up your points, and you can put the allocated points into stuff. So, let him explain it, he does it better than me.
Get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes, which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second. The sporting regulations dictate that after each free practice session you'll have to hand back 2 sets of your dry tyre allocation for the weekend, so get the most out of them while you can.
Yeah. So, here we go. First race of the season. I just thought I'd let you see the actual race. It's, well, a little bit of the race, 10 seconds, 5 seconds of it. And then I will get back into some of the more details. So anyway, as you can see, the home menu, the solo menu, the multiplayer with weekly events, leagues, and the dedicated esports menu, your customization menu so you can do your car, your driver, your badges, the showroom so you can look at all the cars, the theatre so you can save your highlights. But anyway, I thought I'd just quickly show the game itself with my favourite viewpoint in the and then that's slightly up and to the side, which I don't understand why you'd have that, because it's weird. Behind the car view, which I used to have years and years ago, but now I just can't control the car anymore because I've never used it in that view for years. And then there's the next one, which is slightly higher, which a lot of people call like the helicopter view. And then there's the technically in-car view, or like on the bottom of the nose cone if you want to call it, but to me it's, you're too low down, you can't see the track. And then the next one up on the nose cone, which is a lot better, but still the next view I really dislike because you can't really see anything, especially on the modern cars now with the thing down the middle of it, the halo. And then we're back to my favourite view. So that's my favourite view. I will just say that as of last year, the big improvements are the career mode. Wish they'd gone a bit more in depth, but I do like the rivalries and teammates and that kind of dynamics that they've added. The handling has been ever so slightly tweaked, so now it just seems to flow a lot better in high speed corners, so you seem to have a bit more grip and as you're going round. The weather effects again look absolutely truly stunning. Detail on the car is amazing. But yeah, I mean, as it comes down to it, if you love F1, you will absolutely love this game. No bones about it. Buy it, it's amazing. Amazing game. Thank you. One Up Gaming, David out. Goodbye.
Welcome to Balls for Brooklyn, the greatest meatballs in Brooklyn. Our chefs are fantastic, and they can give you a really good meal, I tell you that. Chef Phil, he is fantastic. Gwen from Queens is brilliant. And Petey, the fruit guy, is delicious. Stuff our balls in your face and taste it as it goes down. There's nothing weird about this. And if you want salad, you can leave. We don't want your kind in here. Please come to Balls for Brooklyn. Please visit ballsforbrooklyn.com. Also, visit www.facebook.com/ballsforbrooklyn. If you don't want to find out what will happen.
There we go. I hope you enjoyed that review of Formula 1. It is an amazing game. I'd recommend it. It plays really well. The handling just feels really good, which is what you want in a racing game, to be honest. Next up, just please subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, which is @OUGofficial. Email us at ougofficial@live.co.uk. Subscribe to the podcast. Other than that, I think that's about it now. So, yeah, thank you for listening. It's been me, David, from One Up Gaming. Episode 236. So, we're back when we can. So, thank you. Goodbye.
Hi, Justin the Voice here. First of all, we'd like to thank you for listening. Seriously. We really like it when you listen. Yes. But if you'd like to do more than just listen, if you'd like to help us out, well, we have an idea just for you. Visit our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/OUG. Your monthly micropayment will help us keep going all night long, baby. Oh yeah. Mostly because we usually record at night. Yeah. But don't worry, baby. We got something for you, too. We've got special benefits for all of our Patreon subscribers. Yeah. Again, that's www.patreon.com/OUG.